So I had several dreams in February of 2023 that for the past year I felt like God's been wanting me to share them. And I've been putting it off until this year, February of 2024. So I'm going to share them. And I felt like he's been wanting me to post them on YouTube, and I could never figure out how to upload a video to YouTube until recently. The first dream that I had in February of 2023, I don't know how it correlates with the other dreams that I had, because the other three that I had are all of the same thing. But the first dream is kind of different. The first dream I was in, it looked like a backyard kind of, but no fence, just a large open field, and there was decorations and tables and a long row of chairs. There were 3 chairs, 1, 2, 3, and a long row of them, as far as you can see, further than your eye could see. And they were empty. And I don't know who else was there. I don't remember seeing anybody, but I remember I was there. And it was me and somebody else. We were assigning who was going to sit where. And every single seat except the first 3 and the one right behind it was already filled, so we were deciding who was going to sit in the 4th seat. And after the 4th seat, all we had to do was assign the last 3 seats. On the back of the front chair on the left, it had writing on it, and it said, "You will reap what you sow." That's all that it said. And then I woke up and I realized, this one's hard to explain because it's the dream, I just felt it. It was a wedding. It was a wedding that was being prepared, and the chairs were also like tombstones, like graves. Like when you looked at the chair and you saw who was assigned to that chair, who was going to sit there, in the dream you had the understanding that every single person that was assigned there was already dead. They just weren't at the party or the wedding yet. So that was the first dream in February of 2023. And then 2 days later, I think it might have been February 11th, I had another dream. And this one, once again, I was outside, but it was nighttime. And I looked up at the sky, and you could see billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of stars. Way more stars than you can right now. Even if you go out into the country where it's pitch black, you can see a lot of stars. In this dream, you could see way more than that. And while I was looking up and looking at the stars, I had the understanding that there was other life forms around the stars, that each star had some sort of life form, and that every single star in the universe was watching what was going on planet Earth. It was kind of like a Roman Colosseum, where people would sit in the stands and watch the 2 gladiators fight to the death. It felt like Earth was the Colosseum, and the entire universe was watching what was going on Earth. And that would make absolute sense, because we know that in Revelation, every single person in heaven, all the angels, all the people in heaven, Jesus and the Father, are watching what's going on Earth. They're watching as Jesus opens the 7 seals, as the angels blow the 7 trumpets and pour out the 7 bowls of wrath. So it would make sense that if God created other life forms in this universe, that they're also watching what's going on Earth. I'm not saying that there is other life forms, although I do believe that we are not the only beings in the universe. We're the only beings created in his image in this universe. But I don't believe that we're alone in the universe. So yeah, while I was looking at the stars, suddenly dozens and dozens and dozens, maybe 60, 70, or 80 shooting stars all at once, while I'm looking straight up, went forwards over my head. You could just see them shooting. And while I was looking at them, thinking, wow, that looks awesome. There's a lot of shooting stars. While I'm looking straight up, over here to the right, out of the corner of my eye, I see a ball in the sky. And it just passes me by. And at first I didn't know what it was. It was a in a way, if you type in on Google virus, in a way it looked like a virus because it was a ball with other balls all over it of every single different color. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, white, black, brown, pink, gray, silver. Every single color was on that ball, that sphere that was passing Earth. And I remember thinking and kind of knowing that all the shooting stars that I just saw were stuck in the gravitational pull of this ball that passed the Earth. And I thought to myself, was that a planet? And if it was a planet, that makes sense that those stars were stuck in its gravitational pull, because it was a pretty large, I just describe it as a ball. It was a perfect sphere. So it passes me by on the right, and I'm looking at it until it goes out where you can't see it anymore. Kind of like if you see a shooting star and you're watching the tail of the shooting star until you can't see it anymore. I'm watching this ball in the sky pass the Earth until I can't see it anymore. And I think to myself, okay, those stars were stuck in the gravitational pull of that thing. Well, that thing was so gigantic, the gravitational pull is going to have some kind of negative effect on Earth. And as soon as I thought that, as far as I could see, because remember, it's still nighttime, I'm in a huge open field. So there's nothing blocking my vision, it's just flat land. As far as my eye could see, I see an explosion come up out of the Earth, straight up out of the Earth, and it was white. The explosion was white. It wasn't like in the movies where a gasoline explosion happens, or a car blows up, or a house blows up, and you see orange and black and you see fire coming. That's not what it looked like. It looked a bright white flash came up out of the Earth, like something exploded out from inside the Earth. And then maybe 100 feet closer to me, another one. And then maybe another 100 feet closer to me, another one, then another one, then another one, and it got closer and closer and closer and closer. And I realized it was about to get to me, so I started praying and asking God to forgive me. And then right before it got to me, I felt like God was talking to me in the dream. I don't remember what he said. A lot of it was something that he said to me that I do remember, is that I was on the fence. That I was too focused. That half of me was focused on the world and half of me was focused on him. That I was 50-50. And he does not tolerate that. Something that I don't like to talk about is when I'm given or told a time in my dream, because dreams can be so confusing, and dreams can be easily misinterpreted. But in the dream, I heard something say, this is going to happen in a month. Now, this was February of 2023. So I woke up and quickly forgot about that dream. Either, I think it was the next night or 2 days later. It was not more than 2 days later. I had another dream. Now, this dream is different than any dream I've ever had in my entire life, and I don't even think it was a dream. I truly do not believe this was a dream, because the Bible says, in the end times, your old men will dream dreams and your young men will see visions. I think this was a vision because my mind could not make up what I saw in this dream. My mind, when you dream, your mind will play pictures in your head. All right, so this dream, which I think was a vision, my mind couldn't make that up. And it was so realistic, I didn't know it was a dream until I woke up. So in this dream, I'm laying down, I have my phone in my hand, and I notice that it's at like 67%. So I grab my charger cord and I plug it in. I set it down. A few minutes later, I look at my phone again, and the battery had gone down a little bit, even though the charger cord was plugged in. And I looked at the charger cord, kind of like this. And on the charger cord, there were little slits going sideways of orange started to appear, as if the charger cord was heating up. So I quickly unplugged my phone, and when I unplugged the phone, where the charger goes in the phone, as soon as I unplugged it, a little wisp of smoke came out from the bottom of the phone. And I thought that was really weird. And while I was thinking about that, out of the corner of my eye, on the carpet, on the floor in my room, I started seeing little orange spots appear on the floor, on the carpet, as if the carpet was heating up. It looked exactly like it did on the charger cord, but now it was on the floor, on the carpet. As if underneath the carpet it was heating up, and you could see this orange glow beginning to appear on certain spots of the carpet. And you could start to feel the room heat up, started to get hot in there. And I had no idea what was going on. I just knew something was going on. So I stood up on my bed and I jumped across the room, because I didn't want to get off the bed and walk on the carpet. I jumped as far as I could so I could avoid the carpet. Landed right in front of my bedroom door, opened up the door. When you walk out of my room, to the left is the front door, which has a window on it, but it's one of the windows that's blurry, so you can't see outside. You can see outside, but it's blurry. It looked like there was stuff moving outside. It was blurry, so it's hard to tell, but it looked like there was stuff moving. It looked like the street was moving. It looked like there was a mudslide going through the street. Now that's hard to explain, but that's what it appeared like. But I didn't get a good look because the front door window is blurry. So I looked at that really quick, thought, that's strange, something's going on. I looked to my right, and to the right goes to the hallway goes to the end of my house and leads to the backyard, and there's a window up against the end of the house that's not blurry, so you can see into the backyard. So here's the window, about this height, maybe 3 feet above the ground, and then you have the backyard. Now the backyard had risen up above the window. Maybe here's the window, the backyard, obviously the ground is lower than the window. The ground had risen up, halfway up above the window. And it looked like you could see mud. It looked like you could see asphalt. And there was lava, hot lava, like magma from a volcano, mixed in with the ground up against the window. And you could feel the heat from it. And I remember being so confused, thinking, I live in Texas. We don't have lava over here. We don't have a volcano over here. I was so confused. So while I'm tripping out, not sure what's going on, the ground, the grass, the dirt, the asphalt, the lava breaks in through the window and starts just seeping in, coming towards me. So I run into the room to the left. There's another window that you can see outside. Same exact thing. The ground's lifted. It looks like a mudslide because none of the ground was intact. It was all broken up, mixed with lava. That broke in, got closer and closer and closer to me. And then I woke up. I woke up and my heart was pounding. Like I said, I could feel the heat in that dream. I remember right before the lava got to me, right before I woke up, I remember thinking, does this have anything to do with the dream that I had the other night of the planet passing the earth? And then I woke up. And I remember praying and being like, what in the world was that? Why did I have that dream? That makes absolutely no sense to me. God, was this dream from you? And I don't remember if he answered me right then and there, but over the last year of thinking about it and praying about it, I feel like he's told me, I'm showing you what is going to happen. Like, this is going to happen on earth. This is part of his judgment. We know the Bible says that the first time God destroyed the earth was by water. And the Bible says that the heavens and the present earth is stored up for fire. The second time that he destroys this earth is going to be by fire. I looked on YouTube to see if anybody else has been having dreams like that, and I wasn't able to find anything. I had posted on Facebook the second or the third dream that I just told you with the lava coming through the window. I posted that on Facebook when I had the dream last February in 2023. And since I felt like God was wanting me to make a video, I went and I looked to see if I could find it. Because right now I'm just telling this dream by memory. So I went to see if I could find the post, and I don't know if Facebook deleted the post or took the post down, but I couldn't find it. It's not there. The other dream with the planet passing the earth is there, but this one with the lava coming through the window is not there. So, explanation on the lava, because I was so confused about it. The reason that at the beach, the waves, the high tide, the waves get higher at nighttime, they say is because of the moon, because of the gravitational pull on the water. In this dream, the gravitational pull of that ball, that I call it a planet that passed Earth, that gravitational pull literally pulled the liquid magma from the center of the Earth and ripped it out. It seeped through the ground. That's what I was seeing. That's why there was lava here in Texas, which is super confusing. But, I mean, if you just look online, we have magma at the center of this earth. So, I don't know how many people are going to see this. I'll probably share some scriptures either in the comment section or in the edit section of this video, because there's still a lot of more information that I want to give. but I'm not going to do it now because the video is already 20 minutes. One thing I want everyone to do is, I don't want anyone to like this video. I don't want anyone to subscribe to this video or this channel. I want everyone who watches this to pray. To pray and ask God if this video is reliable, if what I'm telling is the truth. Ask God for clarification, for understanding. Because I certainly don't like that I'm the only one that had dreams like this. And I remember I prayed and asked God to stop giving me dreams like this because they were freaking me out. I had other dreams like this. I had 2 more after this one. But they were not really as big as the one I just shared, which is why I'm not sharing it right now. Maybe I'll make another video about those 2. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll just write in the comment section what it was. It was the same thing. I was just at a different location. But yeah, so that's all I have for now.